Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in Sunday sermon. Now, I want to talk to you today about, it's a passage from the Bible, a scripture that says, "As a man thinketh, so he is." And it reminded me of a more modern day quote that says, "We don't see the world for what it is, we see it for what we are," which basically is saying wherever your mind is, that's how you see things. And we see things through our own lens, and our lens is determined by what we have experienced and how we have processed what we've experienced. So if you have not healed, if you have not grown through, instead you've just gone through situations in your life but you didn't grow through them, then your viewpoint, the way you look at things in life, is going to be jaded. And I've been thinking about this and really just trying my best personally and wanting to share this to tap into that freedom, tap into the freedom of thought, tap into taking off the shackles and the chains from my mind, taking off the limitations from my mind, and walking and going about my life as if the doors are already opened and everything that I want is at my fingertip and that the world is mine. And someone will have to go out of their way and be completely against me and operate totally from their own, negative space, mentally, emotionally, to show me that what I believe is not true. If I believe I can do it, I can accomplish it, I can have it, then I'm going to walk forward with that mindset, believing that I can. And so I challenge you to think about this today and really continue to do the work on the heart. I don't know if you've seen my past Sunday sermons where I'm talking about the heart, but really continue and do a checkup on yourself and ask yourself, am I growing? Am I growing, or am I standing still? Am I stagnant? Am I operating? Am I operating from hurt and from pain? Am I operating from bitterness? Am I bitter and broken? Who broke me? And why haven't I allowed myself to get up and put myself back together? Who am I giving power over my life? Who am I allowing to dictate my happiness? Who am I relinquishing my self-will over to, my personal power? Who am I giving this to allow them to determine whether I can move forward in life or I'm stuck, whether I'm happy or I'm sad, whether I'm successful or unsuccessful? I realized as I'm looking around is that what I've realized, it really comes down to a thought and a belief system, which then determines the actions that you take in your life. And when we are telling ourselves certain messages that may be true in one instance, that may be true in several cases, but it may not be the all around consistent truth of the matter. It may be something that happened to you, but what happened to you is not you. It was an event. I heard a quote that says failure is an event, not a person, which means that yes, you maybe dealt with someone who was a liar, a cheater, a thief, manipulator, deceiver, but that is not all people. That is not your existence from now through eternity. That just because that happened to you does not mean you will have to go through that over and over again. But guess what? If you believe that that's your life. That's your lot in life. That is what is available to you. And you move forward in life, and every person that you meet romantically, you say, this person is going to lie to me. This person is going to cheat on me. So what you do is you put your guard up. And not only do you have your guard up, you may throw some punches from your guard. And you will shut your heart down. So you won't laugh as much. You won't joke as much. Your conversation won't be as engaged and as pure, because you're telling yourself, I was cheated on several times by a person that looks just like you. And I know that you're probably going to do the same thing. So I'm getting ready for it. Surprise me. If you don't do it, great. But I believe you're going to do it. And this is what you're thinking. And as you're moving through life, you're going in different arenas, and everywhere you go, you're operating from that place that believes that you're at a disadvantage. And I've done this several times. I only see things through a certain lens. You know, I had a meeting this morning, board meeting for a foundation that I'm starting with a couple of my guys. And this is a foundation that'll be started by and ran and operated by African American men. And what all we're going through in life right now, it made me think that this is necessary, that men step up and unify and can be on the front line and can help others in times of need, whatever that may be, social justice or, health and wellness, mental health, across the board. But guess what? Let me tell you about this thought this morning. I got up and I told my guys, I said, hey, let's meet at my office downtown. And you know how downtown you have the tall buildings, right? The real tall buildings. Well, my office is in a really tall building, and it's a bank building. And I immediately thought, I said, you know what? They just were protesting downtown last week. If I go down there and use my key card to get into this building, if they're watching the camera, they may think we're going to loot. We're going to loot the place when they see 3 black men on a Sunday walking into this downtown building. That's literally what I thought. And we went up to the 33rd floor where my office was. We went to the 32nd floor, and we went back down to the lobby. We ended up sitting in the lobby of the building, talking in there. And I'm like, hey man, y'all be ready. They might call the police if they looking at these cameras and they see, 3 black guys in here. We downtown, this expensive building, And I said that kind of jokingly, but still kind of serious. And nothing happened. No police were called. It was some other people that came up there who had a key card that I guess got an office in the building. They were bringing some of their stuff in, moving some stuff in or moving some stuff around, and nothing happened. But I was thinking about that, and I said, the mindset that we walk around with, and that's me now as a man, as a black man. Yours could be on your job, it could be in your relationship, it could be with your friendship, it could be in any area. A lot of times what we fear can come upon us. And if you've been telling yourself something and then you are expecting this, when you meet it, if you act out of the place of your mind thinking negatively, then you already have one strike. You already wound up. So then you act from that place. But if you haven't been talking to yourself negatively and you're positive, now you can meet it head on, and you can be in a neutral space to where you're not wound too tight. You're not on edge, and you can address it in a peaceful manner that allows the natural progression to occur. It allows peace, happiness, love to ensue because of where you were operating from and where your mind was at. So to paint that picture, if I'm telling myself, oh, they're going to call the police. Well, what if a police is on regular routine on Sunday and he comes in there and he's walking around and, hey, how y'all doing? If I'm already round tight, what do you mean how we doing? Doing fine. We having a meeting. Do you need something? You see what I mean? If I'm wound tight already, now it's like, whoa, hold on, okay, all right. Now his hand on his gun. What you doing? Oh, you gonna grab your gun? You know, and now, just like that. But if I'm telling myself, this is my office, this is my world, this is my space, now I can confront that. Hey, officer, how you doing? Hey, great to see you today. Oh, yeah, all right, yeah, all right, have fun, okay. Yeah, we just sit here talking about our nonprofit organization. Oh, really? What you guys got going on? And now you meet it at a different space to where if this person has bad intentions, they got to go all the way out of their way, and they got to be all the way in the wrong to show you that they have bad intentions. Because your peaceful mindset, when you bump into this and apply this, I'm using a personal example from today. And this is how I think, this is how I talk to myself to get myself in right standing, to have my heart right. But you may apply this to when you go to work, when you go into a relationship. If you go to work and you're saying these people don't like me, they don't even like me being here, they don't even want me being here, they're looking down on me. And then somebody, you know, looking at you, and you're like, what are you looking at? Why do you keep looking at me? What's wrong with you? You got a problem? But really, the person actually kept looking at you because you're looking gorgeous. Because you looking absolutely amazing today. And they just keep like, oh, I can't get enough. Let me keep looking. Every time I get a break, let me look. But because of what you were telling yourself, now you just escalated something that could have been a woman just really admiring your beauty, and she was building up the courage to tell you, you are so beautiful. I wish I had your skin. I wish I could do my hair like that. Or a man looking at you and he getting ready to tell you, hey, I'm so sorry for looking at you, but I just couldn't help myself. I wanted to know, are you single? But where was your mind? And so I say this to say, and this is the thing, is we live in a world today that everybody wants to be angry. Everybody wants to hold on to the anger that their ex caused them, or that their oppressor caused them, that their boss caused them, that their family caused them. Everybody is looking for a pass and a right to be angry, to be bitter, and to be broken. We live in a world where so many people just want to remain broken. Don't want to get up. I remember hearing a quote that said, if I knock you down this Wednesday, it's shame on me. But if I come back next Wednesday and you still down, now that's shame on you. And I thought about that thing and I said, you know what? I'm going to have to move different. I'm going to have to think different. And I'm going to have to let the world show me otherwise. That what I think is not so. But I'm going to think and I'm going to speak it and I'm going to claim it as if it is so. Because the good book says, as a man thinketh, so he is. It tells you to call things that be not to be as though they were, to speak it, to claim it, to believe it. And I say, you know what? That's what I'm going to have to do. And you're going to have to show me that I don't deserve success, that I can't have success. And guess what? You ain't going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to stop me. And I said that this year to myself. And I wrote down, when I was writing down my goals, some of the goals I wanted to hit. And I'll be honest with you. When I wrote down my goals this year, I was like, ooh, I don't know if this is possible. Like, self-doubt tried to step in. Guess what? It's real. I'm hitting all of my goals because I decided to believe. I decided to say, you know what? I'm going to believe. I'm going to buy in to this mindset. And I'm going to do what it takes to accomplish my goals. And I decided to do that. And I'm seeing it come to pass. So I say that to say, ask yourself today, am I bitter? Am I broken? Really ask yourself. Then ask yourself, who made me bitter? Who broke me? Then ask yourself, what am I doing to change my mindset and my situation? Do I have an action plan in place that I am implementing on a daily? Then ask yourself, why am I giving this person or these people the power to break me? Even if they are not physically breaking me, why am I allowing this person or these people to take up rent-free space in my mind and break me spiritually, emotionally, psychologically? How do they have the power? He or she, they have the power to control my destiny when they don't physically have a hand on me, when they don't physically have the power to change my life with a stroke of a pen, because they are not in that position. They don't have all say-so over my life. They may have some influence mentally, emotionally, physically, but they do not have complete reign and say so over my life. So why am I giving this person or these people, whoever it is, and when you think about your bitterness and your brokenness, why am I giving them that power? So in whatever area, if it's socially, when you're thinking about social justice, if it's romantically, when you're thinking about your heart, soul ties, relationships, if it's interpersonal relationships, friends, your family relations, your family, where are you giving up your power? Where are you allowing someone else to dictate and determine your thought patterns? What are you telling yourself, and why are you telling yourself that? And this is a battle, whichever way you battling with it. Some people it's soul ties. To God be the glory. It's not soul ties and relationships for me. My wife, she said something to me, and she said she was telling my son about this the other day, and I didn't even realize it. I was getting ready to go on a bike ride. I had been coaching, and I was tired. I was drained. So I had been talking for hours that day, and I needed a bike ride. Speaking of, my wife on her Peloton right now. But I like to ride outside, and we do bike rides, And I needed a bike ride, and she had something that she had to do. And so I said, babe, I'm going to go on a bike ride. And I needed to just clear my head. And do you know, this was over the weekend. Do you know that in my head, I said to myself, well, I probably shouldn't ride by myself because the people in my neighborhood is going to think that I'm casing the neighborhood. to come back and rob it. I said that. And I said to my wife, I said, baby, maybe I shouldn't ride by myself. Maybe I should wait on you to go on a bike ride and ride with you so it don't look weird. And she was like, well, and she mentioned it to me later. She said, I was talking to our son and I told him, and we're talking about the climate and everything that's going on in the world. And she said, and I told him that, do you know your dad fears being seen as a criminal in a neighborhood that he pays taxes on and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on a house in a gated 24-hour secure neighborhood? Because of the color of his skin, your dad fears riding a bike in broad daylight. And my wife said she talked to my son about that, and I hadn't realized it, but it was my mindset. So for me, that's my issue that I gotta think about. And I went on that bike ride and I rode for about an hour. Nothing happened. Everything was cool and nothing happened. But that's what I told myself before I went. And so I say, that's me. That's my struggle. Your struggle may be, as a woman, thinking that, you telling yourself. And see, the thing is, sometimes these things are true, but what we have to realize is that we cannot have an incident and allow that incident to sentence us to a life sentence of poor self-talk and constant self-doubt. So we have to learn how to go from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm, as the quote says. I can't remember who wrote the quote. And the reason being is because the moment that you're getting ready to meet your husband or your wife, if you bring the energy that is broken from being cheated on and taken advantage of, that energy will block your blessing that was for you. Because see, you're going to go through life and things are going to happen that's going to start to shape your mentality and shape your ideas of the world. But there will be rest and there will be peace and there will be a breakthrough. But if you have not addressed your mindset in between failures, you could be knocking on the door of your breakthrough, but with the wrong mindset, attitude, and energy, and ruin and block your blessing. And I've been thinking about that, and I want to share that with you. So if it's dealing with your parents, with your family, relationships, your job, social issues, wherever your hangups are in your mind, wherever you've been lying to yourself about where your life is going and what you're always going to get and what you barely deserve and what's going to happen to you, wherever you've been lying to yourself, it's time to address it. Address it, speak directly to it, and move with a new energy, with a new attitude, and walk with a confidence and an assurance about yourself that just shakes the ground. That when you step in the room, your head is so high, your shoulders are pulled back, your posture so perfect, your glow is so radiant that people want to give you whatever you coming to get. That people see you and wow, whoo, that they feel it on you. That you are not beating yourself up. That you are not doubting yourself right before your breakthrough. That you are walking in power and in confidence, in bravery. You are determined to have the life that you set out to have the life that your Creator has promised you that you can have, according to your faith, be it unto you. As you think, so you are. Hey, it's Tony Gaskins. God bless you. How did it feel to get to this point with no advertisements? As you know, my Sunday sermon don't have ads on it. Thank you very much. And to the person that sent me a cash out, to that money sign Tony Gaskins, you found me, and I thank you for that, because you don't understand what that does to my heart. And you know what? And you wrote tithes with it. I said, wow. When I see tithes, that make me feel like a pastor, like a minister. So I thank you. God bless you. I'm praying blessings and favor over your life. God bless you. We'll talk soon.